What's up, space pirates? This is your Admiral, the deliciously dank Dr. Disaster. And one of the most interesting things about the Borderlands franchise is the behind-the-scenes history of its developing studio, Gearbox. In particular, Randy Pitchford, their CEO, has had a bit of a colorful history. Now, it's important to note that what I'm going to talk about here are just allegations, but back in the late 2010s, he was accused of assaulting the voice actor for Claptrap, and accused of doing some pretty lewd stuff right around the height of the Me Too movement. I won't go into details about the accusations because that isn't the point, but what I will do is point out that the Borderlands franchise, which was irreverent and decidedly not a feminist cesspool, was immediately bathed in the typical progressive crap that you would expect from games during that era, right after the allegations were levied at Pitchford.
Weird.
Yeah, that always struck me as a little bit suspicious. Borderlands 3 always felt like a virtue signal in neon lights to the cancel culture mob. Now, it's possible that the game was always going to go this direction, but one thing is for sure, Randy Pitchford is not exactly a beloved figure for gamers, and recently he just got into it with a few fans of Borderlands on X, showcasing what a whiny little chump that he is.
You're being a pussy, and you don't want to be a pussy, you want to have balls.
The guy can't take any criticism at all, and in particular, he got very upset with a fan who compared Borderlands 4 to the absolute flop of a movie, the Borderlands movie, which came out last year. He said that the game had the same kind of feel as the Borderlands movie. He made some comparisons of this game to Borderlands 3, and he talked about the uninspiring character designs for Borderlands 4, and then Pitchford went out and publicly blocked him. And then he went on a tirade with another fan who was trying to explain the first fan's positions. This unhinged behavior is indicative of someone who knows that their project is absolutely cooked.
And I'm not gonna let anyone get in my way! I'm a failure.
Alright, me hearties, make sure that you hit the like button on this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and don't forget to follow me over on X, where my handle is Dr. Disaster 1. In any case, let's have a gander at this Borderlands 4 situation with Randy Pitchford making an absolute jackass of himself. As a preface to all of this, allow me to say that I hope that Borderlands 4 ends up being good. I was a massive fan of Borderlands 2. However, the trailer for Part 4 doesn't exactly fill me with confidence. The designs of the Vault Hunters are boring and generic looking as hell, as everybody pointed out a few months ago when they were first revealed. But with that disclaimer out of the way, this controversy started with this person here on X who had what I consider to be some pretty tepid and fair criticisms of Borderlands 4. The guy said, "I am a humble man, for I just comment on the things I see. I really worry about Borderlands 4. It feels like the movie, feels like other situations where the publisher yanked the marketing budget to cut losses since projected sales are way down." And then, in the same thread, he wrote, "I'm sure there will be people who disagree, but for me, I've yet to see anything that moved me towards being sold on this being a fully conceptualized, completed vision about what a mainline Borderlands title of the future should look like. It still looks too much like 3. and he continued on saying, "What will probably make or break the game is what the long-term vision for the game is. I'm going to call my shot. If the game doesn't have a robust, long-term post-launch vision, it's DOA. Who would leave what they're already invested in to play something new?" Now, like I said, that is a pretty fair criticism. It's a bunch of pretty fair observations, and I'd even go so far as to call what he said constructive criticism. But Pitchford clearly didn't agree. He responded to this in not the worst way possible, but he definitely showed that he has some thin skin. He said, "Sorry, don't need this energy right now, as the team and I bust our ass to make Borderlands 4 the best Borderlands game yet. I'm going to block you in a day or so after you've had a chance to see this. Nothing against you or your opinion, just shouldn't expose myself to this now. Sorry." And to be fair, if something is stressing you out, I think it's fine to avoid it, but making a big public statement out of it, making a big production out of it, is tone deaf, and it's just plain stupid. If you want to block the guy, Randy, then just do it and move on. But this dude is trying to make it all into a pity party. Here is where he went unhinged. This guy here chimed in and said, "I spoke about this on stream, but should have said something here. Mitsu loves Borderlands and gave some very valid concerns, mild takes really, about Borderlands 4. I hate to see Randy Pitchford mute him as a result publicly. Homie, this guy is a long-time supporter. His critique came from a place of love, as will mine. Please reconsider. Do better, make a great Borderlands, and when your longest-lasting, biggest supporters give feedback and worries, especially respectfully, digest it gracefully, hoping Borderlands 4 bangs." And then, this was Pitchford's response. He said, "I didn't see any critique. I just saw shitty negativity that was demotivating. Want the best Borderlands? Root for us and cheer us on. If you take developers' passion for granted, we'll all pay the price. I love criticism and, thankfully, I have never been in short supply. Don't gaslight me on his post. It wasn't criticism, it was pessimism. It's toxic for people killing themselves for your entertainment, so F that noise." And you know what? This dude is an embarrassment. He is an absolute child. You idiots at Gearbox aren't killing yourselves for our entertainment. You are game devs, and you're clearly just stressed because we aren't lapping up your slop like you assumed that we would. But that first commenter was absolutely offering a critique. Actually, his thread was much more long-winded than I have time for in this space, but he went on and on about visual clutter and how the new game feels and looks too much like Borderlands 3, but Pitchford just couldn't take it. And for more evidence of his immaturity and entitled nature, look at how he said he expects gamers to cheer his studio on. It's like, my dude, your studio made some good games a decade and a half ago or so, but your last two games have been wretched. Your movie was laughable, and if you want gamers to cheer you on, then show us that you have a pulse. Fire your writers and install someone with a perspective that gamers can identify with, and maybe, just maybe, you'll have a shot. But he won't do any of that. He will just pout and whine, hoping that he gets a free pass. The dude has had way too many of those for the past decade or so. At this point, I'm still hoping that Borderlands 4 ends up being a return to the good old days, but I will find it funny as hell if it sucks, just because this guy is so damned insufferable. And also, I'd like to point out that the guy Pitchford blocked was blocked in response to talking about potential low sales projections. For someone to get that pissy about it tells us that there's likely something to this criticism. Anyhow, I'm going to leave it there. Drop your mockery of Gearbox and Borderlands 4 into the comment section below, and we will talk there. Thanks for watching, me hearties. If you haven't already, your Admiral is inviting you to subscribe to the channel and become a part of the crew. Life as a space pirate may not be glamorous, but there's always plenty of booty.